to speak during discussion of items listed on the agenda and are allowed 3 minutes for comments. Disruptive discussion or profanity will not be allowed. Roll call of officers.
King.
Here.
Price is excused. Streeter.
Here,
Stutz.
Here.
Will.
Here.
stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Citizen participation, seeing none. Move down to announcements and communications. Does anybody have any announcements or anything, any communications? Go ahead, Mike.
The Optimist? Optimist?
Yeah, the Optimist has their annual Pancake Day this coming Saturday, November 10th at Presentation Gymnasium. They'll be serving breakfast from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. If you need tickets, you can purchase them at the door or find an Optimist member, and I'm sure they'll get you set up with tickets. So that's this coming Saturday from 7 until 2.
Was it $6 for all you can eat?
$5
in advance? and
$5 in advance, $6 at the door. All you can eat pancakes, and then there's everything that goes with it: sausage, baked goods, applesauce, all that stuff. So,
And they usually have a pretty good raffle when you walk
and
in?
there are raffles available.
Okay. Do you have something, Keith?
Yeah, I know the whole village is tuned to this meeting tonight, so we just get the word out that tomorrow's election day in the midterms, so make sure you get out and vote, so.
Absolutely, thank you. And I have one thing also, got a call from TJ in Milwaukee for the Veterans Memorial. We turned in that list a couple weeks ago, and they got everything engraved, and they're hoping to have it in by Veterans Day.
Nice.
So, yeah, so, didn't put anything in the Villager because we weren't sure if that was gonna be done or not, because with Miss Urban passing away this summer, we weren't sure how that was gonna turn out, so, yeah, if you know any veterans, tell them go and check it out, and if, at Pancake Day, I'm sure you're working, let the guys know that there's quite a few Optimists, I think, that got on this time, so go and check it out, should be cool. All right, anything else, anybody else? No? All right, President's Business and Staff Reports. We have one employee recognition. Darren, if you want to step up by the podium, please. This is a certificate of appreciation awarded to Darren Poach with sincere appreciation for 25 years of service to the Village of North Fond du Lac, awarded this 3rd of November 2018. Congratulations. Thank you very much so much for your service.
25 years and I don't look a day older.
No, you look the same.
It's because it's not stressful.
All right, moving down to library.
I have a quick report for her, and I was hoping Ann would chime in, but she's not here tonight. They had a paint night event, and I know Ann participated because I saw some pictures at the library last week sometime, I believe, and it was very well attended. They did that where I've seen it on Facebook quite a bit, where you go and there's an artist there that kind of teaches you how to paint, and there was a couple of pictures with women holding, and Ann was one of them holding some paintings they did that night. So it sounded like that went very well. She also wanted me to mention that on the Santa night is on Thursday, December 6th. Darren, do you know what time that is?
No.
I don't either. I'm sorry, I don't have the time either. She's looking for some volunteers, some helpers to, we'll be taking care of the setup, but she needs some helpers for milk and cookies and craft assistance. So if anybody here is interested or any viewers are interested, can reach out to Heather at the library. And that's all I had for her.
Cool. Anything for the municipal court?
No, I did have their report, which I will email to the board.
Okay,
The report, I forgot to bring it tonight.
thank you. Administrator, Nick?
It's been extremely busy up until last Friday. We had to stay open until 5 for absentee voting. We had 370 or so absentee voters, and I would say a couple hundred of them were in the last couple weeks. So it was extremely busy in the front office, people coming in to absentee vote. That has to end Friday prior to the election, so we had to stay open until 5 on Friday. We only had a couple people come in between 4:30 and 5, but Friday was very busy. So we'll be, I know the office staff at least will be glad when the election part of it's over, because it is very busy time in the office, and Lori does a great job getting that all ready, which I will mention, that's tomorrow. Polls are open from 7 to 8 at the community center, 280 Garfield Street. I'm sure we'll be busy. Get out and vote. I had mentioned I've been cleaning up. There's a few outstanding things in the personnel policy that we have reviewed, and I'm going back and fixing some of those things. There's a few outstanding issues yet that I'm still waiting on a couple of opinions on, and just basically getting the time also to put it all back together so we can bring it back. I know we had asked for a special meeting. I was hoping I could get it done for tonight because we have nothing else on the agenda really. Just wasn't going to happen in time with the time at the absentee voting. So we'll hopefully sometime in December we'll do that if it works out. Otherwise, I mean, I would like to get it done, wrapped up by end of January at the latest. But I'll keep the board in the loop on as far as the timing on that. And if we do have a light agenda, are we okay doing that rather than having a separate meeting like tonight? We just have a really light agenda that didn't work out.
There's a couple things that budgetary things in
Yep,
there too, right? That
yep,
we gotta look at.
yep. We just, there was a couple things we kind of stopped talking about because they're budgetary. We just wanted to get through more meat and potatoes. But then there was a number of questions about, that I kind of had to do homework on throughout the whole process. And we've done most of those. It's just there's a couple I'm still waiting on, and the attorney we work with had hip surgery, so he's a little bit delayed right now. But other than that, the budget, I had mentioned in my weekly report that the numbers came in now at this point. This is why I delayed the public hearing a little bit. We have to put the notice in the paper 15 days prior to the public hearing we have here. So I would have loved to done it tonight, but it really was no advantage of doing it tonight. So it made sense to just wait because we got all the numbers now before we put it in the paper from the county and the MPTC and the school district. And with all those numbers in there now, there's one number that's not actually approved yet, but it's a pretty good estimate. Instead of it being what we had proposed locally was a 16 cents per thousand increase, which is 1.8% increase. It actually came out to a 0.16% increase, which is a 4 cent per thousand. So it's 0.04 cents per thousand, $0.04, 4 cents per thousand of an increase. So it's much less than the 16 cents. So it came out much better because all the other jurisdictions had a slight decrease. So that was good news. So that's what was put in the paper. I don't know if anybody saw it. It should have been on Friday. And then, so on November 19th, we'll have a public hearing and adoption. That's all I have.
Okay. And I know, Randy, and if you want to just let Ann know to look through the personnel policy, like the parts that they weren't here that we covered already, if they had any questions on what we already covered,
Sure. And so the process with that is I'm basically assembling all of the information and making the changes that we had discussed at the meetings. And I'll put it all back in there. I'll kind of highlight those. We have the first changes that were all green and yellow, and I'll make the new changes to those changes another color. So as you skim through it, you'll kind of see this is what we changed during our discussions. We'll go through it one more time. Hopefully that'll go a lot quicker. We'll just kind of hit those high points where we made the changes. And I know there's going to be a couple issues yet that we'll have to discuss a little bit longer, but we'll still go through it all once more. So if there's questions at that point, and then at the end of that, we'll send it off to legal to do a once-over on the whole thing.
Great. All right. Is that it?
That's it.
All right. Police Department, Darren.
Thank you. Just a couple of things. Not this past Saturday, but the previous Saturday, October 27th, was the National Drug Take-Back Day. Because we have a permanent drug box, we don't hold an event any longer, but we do take advantage of that opportunity to get rid of the stuff that we've accumulated over the past 6 months. And so on Monday, the 29th, we transported what we had to State Patrol to be disposed of, and that amount was 63 pounds of unwanted medications that we were able to safely dispose of. The box continues to be used regularly. I know that it's well received by the community, and I want to thank everybody who does take part in bringing that stuff in and helping us keep it out of the hands of people so that they don't become addicted to those drugs. Also, want to remind everybody on a much more depressing note, winter parking starts next Thursday, November 15th. It is in effect regardless of whether or not there is snow on the ground, and will be enforced regardless of whether or not there is snow on the ground. Basically, it goes into effect at 8 p.m. and is in effect until 8 a.m. the following morning. On even-numbered calendar days, you have to park on the side of the street with even-numbered addresses, and on odd-numbered calendar dates, you have to park on the side of the street with odd number addresses. The one exception is if you're on a street where there's one side of the street is posted, no parking, always park in compliance with the street signs. So always park on the opposite side. Fortunately, we don't have a lot of those in North Fond du Lac, but if there are, if you live on one of those streets, then park in accordance with the signs.
Thank you. Fire EMS, Jake.
Thanks. We had a structure fire on October 23rd. I put out a press release on that. Just want to remind everybody to keep space heaters a minimum of 3 feet away from any flammable material. And also, it's the time of year to check your smoke detectors and make sure that they are good to go, and make sure that they're placed in the correct location. I'm actually coming back from vacation tomorrow, so I'll be doing a lot of catching up here tomorrow and then Thursday, so that's all I have.
Thank you.
Yep.
Public Works, Darren.
Just a couple of things. I just want to let everyone know that the Public Works crew has closed all the parks facilities for the year. All the bathrooms have been winterized and parks are officially closed now. And the other thing is I've attended a couple of meetings with Fond du Lac County Emergency Management. The first meeting we met with FEMA and Wisconsin Emergency Management, all related to the storm damage from, what was it, August 28th.
August 28th.
The county has been declared part of that state emergency. There is money going to be available. We have put in for reimbursement for some of our storm cleanup from that night and the following days. The county was not given money for personal property, so it's only going to be given to municipal jurisdictions. And so our submittal has been put in. Our next step is meeting with FEMA and looking at what we had for costs and then determining what we will get reimbursed for that. That's about it.
Okay. The parking lot at Village Park looks really good. The spaces look a lot better.
Yes, we did increase the parking stall size, so hopefully it works out much better for turning in and out. We looked at a couple of different options for layout of the lines, and this one seemed to work the best for the size of the parking lot.
I think with Winnebago Street being redone, I mean, with all the parking that's available there, I think that's fine. And I was gonna, thank you for fixing that light that was out at the Veterans Memorial. It looks like the ones that are the ones that shine on the flags, they don't look like they're working anymore. Are those solar or are those like?
They're all off of a photo eye.
Okay. Yeah, 'cause it didn't look like, last time I went by there, it didn't look like the flags were illuminated, but the two big ones are on with the new LED and then the,
Right.
so that looks a lot better. So, but I'm not sure if the flag ones are working.
I'll have to look at them again.
All right, thanks, man, appreciate it. Is that it, Darren?
Yes.
Okay. Moving down to the consent agenda. Number one, approve the minutes of the following board meetings, 10/15/2018, and approve invoices and authorize checks to be drawn on the respective funds from 10:30 and 11:05. So this is checks dated 10/30/2018, general fund, $17,637.26. Library fund, $199.29. EMS fund, $802.74. Capital projects, $184,552. Water department, $2,666.72. Wastewater department, $90,266.87. Community Development Authority, $1,178. Stormwater Fund, $466.64, for a grand total of $297,769.52. And these are for tonight's board meeting, checks. General Fund, $92,927.59. Library Fund, $120.73. EMS Fund, $8.43. Water Department, $475.59. Wastewater Department, $5.62. Community Development Authority, TIF, $18.19. Debt Service Fund, $422,785. And Stormwater Fund for $5.63, for a grand total of $516,769.52. $346.78. What is the board's pleasure?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as read.
I get a second?
I'll second it.
We got a motion by Will, second by Stutz to approve the consent agenda as read. Are there any questions? Randy?
Yeah, on page one, I have a question about Baycom, of $14,552. It was for 4 gigabyte memory. Is that part of, is that a police expense, Karen?
Should be. Which pay period?
Which
Yeah,
one?
It was, page one,
Yeah, with
October 29th.
29th, or 30th, so the first one.
Yeah, that's part of the MDC. Actually, that amount is the whole MDC project, the new mobile data computers. I'm not sure why it's just listed as 4 gigabyte memory, but it's the new MDCs.
Okay. Thanks.
Any other question, Mike?
Yeah, I have a question on the 10/30/2018, page 4, modern overhead door, the police garage door, and a door repair for $2,037. Something happened there? Is that
Modern
planned?
overhead door.
Yeah.
That's actually should be fire garage. That should be fire garage door, not police garage door.
Okay.
And that one is, we had a problem with the opener and the
Sensor.
emergency, or the stop sensor on it. And I believe the spring on it got, or springs on it
Yeah.
also got replaced. And the other one is a door down at the village garage. We replaced a door opener down there.
Okay. One other question on same set of invoices.
Mhm.
Page 6, and it is Wayland's Towing and Service, towing again, and Survive a Live House and 502 Towing.
Yeah, so, unknown to the Fond du Lac County Chiefs Association, the Wayland started charging for towing for the Survival Life House, and I was not made aware of that. So they charge $100 for us to get that here. And then for 502, that's when we ran into issues with 502, and it was actually out at St. Agnes, and it was impossible to drive it.
What was wrong with it?
There was issues with the brakes. They would not stay off, and they'd kick back on after you'd push it back in. That vehicle is actually out of service for a period of time up at Packer City in Appleton getting fixed. And now it's all back pretty much.
What did it cost to fix this? Do you know what it is?
Yeah, I don't have the invoice in front of me, obviously, but I can let everyone know.
Okay.
I don't think it was terribly bad for the amount of time that it was actually spent there and looked over. So,
All right, thank you.
yep.
Anything else, Mike? Anybody else have anything? Alrighty. We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None. Any other communications? New business. I get a motion to adjourn.
Make that motion.
I'll second that motion to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? None. Thank you.